Hey gang, what's up? Frank Ferdella here for my first feature, hashtag my first feature. So hey, listen, today we're going to start delving into one of the most important aspects of filmmaking, and it's one of the things that we all struggle with. I don't care what position you are on a crew. Without this section, nothing happens, and that is, of course, fundraising, i.e. money. So I'm going to post a couple of really important links in the comments section below, and I hope you guys will take the time to take a look at them if you're interested in fundraising at all, because the principles of fundraising apply across the board. Now, for the last film that we were trying to do, we were trying to raise $26,000, and that was taking into account that our fiscal sponsor, the Miami International Science Fiction Film Festival, was going to take 3%, and that Kickstarter, or Indiegogo actually is who we used, was going to take a portion of that money as well. Now, depending on which platform you use and whether or not you reach your goal, it's going to largely affect the outcome of your campaign. And so one of the things that we had to do was say, okay, here's the money we'd like to get. If we don't get that much money, what is our bare minimum for being able to make the film? And that was a real risk to take. And there are some times where I would advise people, listen, if you need 26 grand to make the film, ask for 26 grand. If you don't get your 26 grand, do not take anybody's money. We were lucky in that, well, not lucky. And, here's the thing. When we talk about, being able to make a film for $8,000, that meant cutting a lot of corners, and it meant, letting people go. Like, we couldn't afford to have them on set. Like, there's positions on a film which are not absolutely mission critical, but man, they make a better film. So we didn't get to do that, and that's that's something that hurt us in the long run. But we think that we still made a great film, and that editing is really going to tell how well we did. So fundraising. The number one thing that I will tell you to do in fundraising is start at least 30 days before your campaign begins. If you think that you can, hey, I'm going to go to Kickstarter right now, and in the course of an afternoon, I'm going to put up all of our graphics and our rewards, and I'm going to put up our goal and our end date, and I'm just going to launch this thing and see where we go. You've already lost. Stop right there. Just shut it down. Because and there's statistics to back this up. And I mean, like, a lot of people have done a lot of research on this to back this up. What you really want to do is you want to make sure that you're starting your Kickstarter campaign. I keep saying Kickstarter. What I mean is crowdfunding. Please replace that going forward. In any crowdfunding campaign, you want to start at least 30 days beforehand. And the first thing you want to do is you want to identify the alpha influencers that are on your friends list, both on Facebook and on Twitter, and YouTube. And you want to say, hey, listen, I'm launching this campaign 30 days from now. Can I ask for your support? Can I ask you to put this out to your audience and help me boost my signal? Because I will tell you from experience that I've got some small kind of following, people who like and respect the work that I do, and across a variety of mediums, across teaching and podcasting and writing and filmmaking. And all told, I've got maybe 2,000 friends on Facebook and another 1,000 or so over on Twitter. And believe me when I tell you that maybe a half to 1% of all of those people actually contributed to the campaign. Not 10%, a half of a percent to 1% contributed to that campaign. So if you think that the people that you've got on your list are representative of the money that you're likely to get, you're not. That's not true. What you need to do is go to people that you have a personal relationship with, and here's where that really matters. You can't just have friends. You need to engage that audience, and that needs to be a long-term process prior to you starting a campaign. So if you're looking for, let's say, 30K, you want to make sure that you can get 20% of that, $6,000, on day one. Day one. You want to make sure that that money is there waiting for people when they go check out the campaign. So one of the things that they recommend doing, and I highly recommend, is doing a soft open on your Kickstarting campaign the Friday before you officially launch it, and then the Monday is when you release that information to the public. And on the Friday, that's the date when you let all of your alpha influencers and their audience know, hey, listen, I've got some exclusive rewards, limited time, only a limited number. You want to create a sense of urgency here and get those people to guarantee at least $6,000 on day one. If you can do that, and Kickstarter and other crowdfunding platforms will tell you this, if you can do that, if you can guarantee that 20% will be there when your first look-in audience goes to look, people will see that this is something that's already got traction. It looks like it's going to happen. Nobody wants to back a bad horse, right? And so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to end this because this thing's been going on a long time already, and this is a topic that we're going to return to again and again because it bears deeper examination. And we're going to go looking for finishing funds to finish this film because the $8,000 was really just enough to get the film shot. I'm editing at no cost. I'm doing the post-production effects, which really should have had somebody else doing them. I'm doing okay. But again, these are things that are going to affect the final thing. What we cannot skimp on is sound design and score. And so we're going back to do another finishing campaign. The best thing that I can do, if you're a filmmaker, you should be watching films. If you're a writer, you should be reading books. If you're thinking about doing a crowdfunding campaign, go look at other campaigns and see what has been successful. For us, we looked intensely at the Axanar campaign, which I think was one of the most funded independent films ever. Certainly the most independent fan film or Star Trek fan film ever. But right now I want to direct you to my friend Shan Moore, who's got a campaign for thousands and thousands of dollars for a collaboration between his company, Abyss Walker, and I think it's Castles and Crusades, a role-playing game company. And they met their goal within 4 hours. And I guarantee you that 100% of that was pre-marketing 30 days before that campaign ever went live. He knew that money was going to be in the bank before he ever hit start. So now when he goes there, he's just hitting stretch goal after stretch goal after stretch goal. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the comments. And actually, I'm going to put it right over here. Check out that video right there. And that's it for me today. In case you haven't noticed, I've started to show you that I'm actually a filmmaker. Up until now, I've been using my phone, but now I'm using my sweet little Panasonic GH4 with all my trimmings. So really quick, I'm not doing a daily video, and the reason for that is because statistically, tracking this stuff over time, I've realized that nobody watches videos over the weekend. So it doesn't do me any good to produce content that nobody's watching on the weekend. And it doesn't do you any good if I'm producing good content on days when you're not watching. So we're going to do this 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I'll be delivering a video every day on my journey to create #MyFirstFeature. Thanks so much for tuning in, and please don't forget, if you've got any questions about the process of filmmaking, fundraising, writing a script, editing a film, post-production effects, sound design, scoring, any of that stuff, I'm here to answer them for you. Please leave your questions and comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and that's it for me today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.